fine display. And you wrestling a woman there.
No, but she's bigger than him, and I figure if I could beat her, then I could, you know, I've wrestled women a lot bigger than Jerry Lawler, and what I could do is, I could, like, run, you know, I'm probably faster. I've been swimming, jumping rope. I probably have more endurance than him. I don't have muscle. I'm not as strong as him, but I can outrun him. I can make him tired, and then I can, you know, maybe just after he gets tired, you know, like I do to a big woman like that.
That's right.
And
okay.
otherwise, you know, I don't know.
I'm sorry you kids had to see this. Good luck Monday night.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andy Kaufman. And Slim Whitman will be right back here after you take a look at this. First of the week, we'll settle for that. That, of course, is Paul Schaefer. You'll meet Paul in just a minute. And a wonderful show. By the way, we got a lovely-looking group of folks here tonight, as always. Ed Asner will be out here in just a few minutes. Sure, go ahead and applaud Mr. Asner. And another gentleman who I believe is probably in town for the stationary convention, Mr. Andy Kaufman, will be out here. Excuse me, Andy Kaufman is a man of many talents. This is certainly true. He's a fine actor, comedian, and musician. But when it comes to professional wrestling, he has decided to finally hang up his belt. Please welcome Andy Kaufman. Hello, Andy. Nice to see you again. You look pretty good. Are you in much pain there?
Well, it's not as bad as it was.
Uh-huh. How much longer will you have to wear the neck brace there?
I don't know. I guess about a month or two.
Uh-huh. So you're healing, but slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've decided to give up wrestling completely.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's right.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, after my last experience in the wrestling ring, I just really don't feel like going back to it. I don't see any fun in it anymore.
But that was a guy. I mean, heretofore you had only wrestled women, and there was fun in that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but right now wrestling doesn't ring real. It doesn't have a good connotation to me right now.
Mm-hmm. Kind of left a bad taste in your mouth, hasn't it, wrestling?
Yes.
Now, there are those who suggest that, well, first of all, tell us how you were injured.
Well, Jerry Lawler, the Southern Heavyweight Champion, picked me up over his head and landed me on my, I don't know, my back or my neck or my head. I don't know which one, but I landed with a big giant thud, and then he picked me up again and bounced me on my head twice more. And, I mean, real hard from way high up. And that was it. I don't really remember much what happened.
Is there a name for that?
Well, the first thing he did to me is called a suplex.
A suplex.
I had him in a headlock, like I told you I was going to do.
Yeah, I remember you demonstrated that on me.
Yeah. And then he just picked me up and threw me over his shoulder. That's a suplex. And the second thing, which he did twice, is called a pile driver, where he puts my head between his legs and bounces me. And the thing is that I heard is an illegal hold, actually, because it's injured. It has supposedly injured other people too. So he was disqualified, and I was declared the winner on disqualification.
So
I'm retired undefeated.
Now, as I started to say before, there are those who suggest that wrestling is phony or a fraud or fixed or goofy or just big, heavy guys playing. And what would you say to those folks now? I would say that I used to think that also, and I don't think that anymore. You don't think so? No. Well, you know, it seems to me like, now, of course, I don't know anything about wrestling, but you're a man who's worth a great deal of money to the entertainment field, movies, television, and it doesn't seem likely that Jerry Lawler would want to actually hurt you, because it could be an enormous amount of money that you could sue him for. Well, I don't know much about legalities, and people have asked me, am I going to sue him and stuff. I don't know what my rights are. I know that before the match I said to my friends who tried to talk me out of it, I said, but look, he can't hurt me because people will stop him. And they said, no, he can do anything he wants. If you're in a wrestling ring, he could legally kill you.
And I said, no, but now that's what I've heard. I don't know if I'd have much of a case. The thing is, I don't want to sue anybody. I don't really want, a lawsuit means money, and I don't need any of his money. I don't want any of his money.
Have you talked to this man since the great match?
No, as a matter of fact, I haven't talked to him. The only time I ever talked to him was the morning of the match on a show, a talk show in Memphis, where we were both on the same show. Otherwise, he refused to speak to me. The thing is, the only thing that would give me satisfaction rather than suing him would be just if he would apologize, because I was really angry when this first happened. Of course, it's natural to feel angry. And now I'm more calmed down, and I just feel that, he hasn't apologized. I heard him on a radio interview say something about he's not sorry and he wishes he could do it again.
Oh, that's a bad attitude.
I know, but the thing is, I think he's just talking like I just don't believe that he really feels that way, and I think that if he was to, like, let's say, face me, in the same place, like just meet face to face and look me in the eye and tell me that, I don't think he'd be able to. I think he would apologize.
Well, I think he owes you an apology. He's got you wearing this. Look at how stupid this looks with a sport coat.
Yeah. Another thing is that he was trying to prove. He was trying to prove that wrestling was a sport, and he was
defending.
He was a sportsman, and I looked up in the dictionary the term sportsman, and it's somebody who acts in a sportsmanlike manner, courteous, and he's not acting like a sportsman.
He was discourteous.
I think that if he was the man that he thinks he is, that he says he is, he would apologize, and I would. That would give me satisfaction if he'd just come an apology.
With an apology. Now, I know you haven't performed, per se, since this hideous, cruel accident, but is there a chance that you could do it tonight for us? Maybe do a little, a song? Just a song. It's not that strenuous? Oh, come on, Andy. What do you think? No. To me, this is the perfect way to get back at Jerry Lawler, just by saying, look, I'm still working, I'm still performing, I'm making America smile.
Can I say something? Mr. Lawler, well, I hate to be hokey about it, but Mr. Lawler, I just wish he'd apologize,
I think we all would wish this man would apologize.
And I don't want him to see anybody suffer. I think he's suffering now enough from people hating him so much for what he did. And I'll forgive him, and I think he should vindicate himself.
What about a song, Andy? Oh, we don't have time for a song? Maybe after the commercial. Well, all right. We'll see what happens. Maybe we can have a little bit of a song from Andy. Thank you very much. We're desperately running out of time. I want to thank my guests tonight, Ed Asner, Floyd Jackson, and Joe Temponi. Of course, Andy Kaufman, our announcer, Bill Wendell, Paul Schaefer, and the band. Wonderful studio audience.
Tomorrow, Dave's back with an all-new show, along with sex therapist Dr. Ruth Westheimer and a tour of Paris.
We've talked Andy Kaufman in now to singing a song. He's going to do that for us. Thank you, folks. Have a good night. Andy!
Take away the scent of flowers, cover up sky of blue, close my ears to tender love songs, they remind me too much of you. Hide young lovers' warm embraces, take stars and moonlight from my view. Let me forget there are such places, they remind me too much of you. Must I evermore be haunted, day after day, my whole life through, by the memory of each moment that I spent alone with you? these lovely things don't hurt you. Our love just wasn't meant to be.
We don't be deterred by what's transpired heretofore. We have a keen program for you tonight. Yes, keen. I'm 35, I still say keen. What's wrong with me? From Neptune, comedian actor Andy Kaufman is here. And from the fine state of Georgia, a wrestling champion. I don't know if he lives in Georgia, does he? Tennessee. Well, from Tennessee, another fine state. Wrestling champion Jerry Lawler is here tonight. Now, for those of you who don't know, these are the two gentlemen who wrestled a couple of months ago, and Andy was slightly injured, and they're here. I believe this is the first time since their big match that they've been together anywhere, and so we'll see what happens. Also, author David Walachinsky is here, and we'll be talking about the People's Almanac and other things that Mr. Walachinsky has published.